you ever wondered about the benefits of recycling and the impact that it can have on Earth? Have you ever wondered why you should minimize your waste and maximize your recycling? Well, there are many reasons why recycling is important, and there are many ways that you can get involved. Being that we are all inhabitants of the Earth, I believe that this information is pertinent to all. I've been an avid recycler for many years now, and I feel very strongly on this topic. Today I'll provide you information on why recycling is important and how you can become involved. I'll begin by telling you how much recycling can save. Recycling 1 ton of aluminum only uses 5% of the energy needed to construct new aluminum from scratch. To put this in perspective, it saves as much energy through this process as it does to run an American home for 15 months. This was said by Greg Whitbecker, Director of Corporate Recycling Strategy at Alcoa, a company that leads the world in the production of aluminum products. He mentioned this in his article, Recycling to Save Energy, the Sooner the Better, which was reproduced by Recycling, published in 2010 by Greenhaven Press. Greg went on to say that recycling products such as aluminum can save large amounts of energy and prevent new raw materials from being harvested. This is an excellent example of how recycling does in fact save more energy than it consumes, which is a common misconception to those who believe that recycling consumes more energy than it is worth. Therefore, when individuals choose not to recycle aluminum, they are only consuming more raw material and energy. While aluminum is a prime example, other examples of items that you can recycle are glass, cardboard, and plastic, only to name a few. By contributing to recycling, individuals can save energy and raw materials. Now that we know how much energy and resources that can be saved from recycling, I'll go into more depth about the outcomes that come from recycling. As previously mentioned, some people argue that recycling consumes more energy than it preserves because they feel like the amount of energy and efforts put towards recycling outweighs the benefits of it. This statement, however, is completely false. The act of recycling does require energy expenditure and pollution by the trucks used to collect the recycled material. However, the energy and pollution exerted throughout this process does contribute to a greater cause. Lori S. Friedman, author of Recycling, published in 2010 by Greenhaven Press, says that while recycling some items makes more sense than recycling others, doing so saves energy, time, money, and creates jobs in industries that revolve around recycling product. I've covered how recycling saves energy and resources. Now I will tell you why it is important to you to recycle. Protecting the environment should be a priority to everybody. In an editorial written by Victoria Advocates Editorial Board in Victoria, Texas, they make a point that the citizens of Victoria, Texas will be subject to pay nearly $3 a month that goes towards their recycling program. They justify this price by saying that everyone should contribute to this as they do for the roads and schools. And just because some people don't recycle, they should still contribute for those who do recycle. More evidence to support my claim of prioritizing the protection of the environment is the evidence of the growth of curbside recycling programs. In the reference article, Introduction to Garbage and Recycling, Opposing Viewpoints, Mitchell Young uses a statistic published in 2006 from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency that says 20 years ago, there was one curbside recycling program in 2005, and now there are nearly 9,000. Speaking of curbside recycling programs, Reno County does offer a curbside recycling program. Upon request, Stutzman's Refuse Disposal will distribute a recycling bin to your house at no cost. On Reno County's Kansas official website, under the recycling program section, It outlines for all residents the qualifications that recycled items must meet. With that in mind, easy items that everyone can recycle are glass, pie tins, aluminum foil, aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and milk jugs, newspaper tin, and egg cartons. These are just a few items that were listed on the website. However, I encourage you to look further into this during your free time. Fortunately for all of us, recycling can be made easy for individuals thanks to our curbside recycling programs. This is an image of all the typical items that are recycled. In the corner there is papers and cardboards, and then there are glass bottles, aluminum products, and plastic water bottles. All these items can be recycled through your curbside recycling programs. Knowing why recycling is so important and what it can do for our environment should motivate you all to recycle more in the future. Today I've provided you information on why everyone should recycle. Based on the examples I've provided and the things I've discussed, I hope that you all will think twice next time you throw a pop can in the trash. I also hope that if your households don't currently recycle, and I hope that you encourage your family and your friends to start recycling. Through your efforts that may seem like barely anything, they all make a huge difference. Recycling is a good way to give back to the environment, and I hope that you all understand the amount of energy and resources that it can save and why it is so important.